Hello, this is the Breakout EDU game for Sorceress Lair. The story is that while on a camping trip in the woods, you are abducted by an evil sorceress to test her newly developed toad potion. Satisfied with the result, she left you alone in her lair. Luckily, you're armed with the knowledge of digestive and excretory systems. You have 15 minutes to make an antidote and escape before you turn to a toad forever. Here are the locks set up. Here are the keys. There are 5 locks used for this game. Here are the printouts. These are for class copies, so you only need to print 1 of each. But if you like to make it a little easier for the students, you can print 1 copy for each group. And for the puzzle on the right, please make sure to cut it into 4 squares, and these will be placed with you at the front of the room. Students will have to come up to the front of the room to solve this puzzle. Here are the printouts for the group copy. On the left is the list of ingredients, and then on the right is the recipe for the toad potion. There are 4 spells total that look like the picture on the right. Spell 3 is the correct one. And feel free to cut down the number of spells for the groups if you want to make the game a little easier. Just make sure spell 3 is provided because that's the correct answer. Here are the 2 other group copies. The one on the left is the puzzle, and then the right is the escape handout. Use the UV pen to write blue is the new black next to the I9 solution on the indicator chart printout. This is the class copy printout. So it's right here, you can write it anywhere. And then in the USB drive, you can put in the link, or if it's easier, you can use a PDF copy of the puzzle, which is this one on the right, and place it in the flash drive, whichever is easier. And then you're going to put the USB flash drive in the small breakout box and lock it with the 4-digit lock. For the small box setup, you put the color lock onto the 4-digit lock. And if it doesn't lock securely, then you can tell the students that they must open the color lock first before they open the 4-digit lock. This will make the game a little easier for them. And then you put both of the locks on the small box with the USB drive inside the box. For the large box, you put the escape handout and the reflection cards in the large breakout box. And then you put the hasp and the 5-letter lock and the 3-digit locks onto the box. So here's the summary of what each group should have. For Chromebooks, this one is needed for the USB flash drive, but if Chromebooks are not available, feel free to just print out the puzzle and put it in the small lockbox. That way you won't need the USB drive or the Chromebook. Here's the game overview on how to solve this game. There are 4 parts to it. Since students in the story, the students drank or turned to toad, so they have to first identify the ingredients in the toad potion, find the correct spell for it, and then find the antidote for it. The last part of the game is to open the large breakout box and escape. So for the first one, they have to use the handout with the recipe for toad potion, and they want to identify the macromolecule in each of the ingredients. Since these are not so common items, they have to take a guess on what these might be hinting at. So mandrake's root is a plant, which is complex carbohydrate. Blood is protein. Nectar is like sugar, so that's simple carbohydrate. We have liver, and then we have skin. After they figure it out, they use this chart on the right to see what color they get based on the indicator. So these testers will give you the positive result. So mandrake's root will be black, and then they identify the blood, so that is violet. If they choose black, then they'll have to try a few more combinations. Then there's the nectar of the gods, liver of the giant rodent, which is also violet. Again, if they choose the other 2 colors, they'll just have to do a little bit more tries. And then we have the toad, which is red. That gives them the 5 colors. And But the black is not an option on their color lock, so they have to use the UV flashlight to find the hidden message. Blue is the new black, and instead of black, they use blue in the lock, and they'll open the color lock with this. Part 2, after they know the macromolecules, they have to identify the correct spell out of the 4 spells. The correct one is the file of imperfection. So they don't need all the ingredients on the list, but they want to know that saliva has amylase that breaks down carbohydrates. Stomach has pepsin, breaks down proteins, and then small intestine has lipase, trypsin, maltase that break down lipid, protein, and carbohydrates. These are the macromolecules in the toad potion, so they need these ingredients to make the antidote. The second part of the spell is to use this chart to decipher what this puzzle is actually saying. So they'll have to translate these parts with the special characters. And then on the left, here's the correct overall riddle. The answer is moon. Then they use the chart again to translate the letters into numbers. So the correct number is 1332 for the 4-digit lock. Part 3, they have to go to the front and pick the right card. So the right answer to curing the toad potion is this one: drink 250 milliliters of water. If they choose the wrong one, then here are the consequences. But feel free to change them if you think that they don't have that much time to waste. Once they get the right answer, you give them the key, which can open the key lock. The last part is to open the large breakout box. So the quote on this puzzle says that order was the dream of man, sorry. So they have to put these 3 parts into correct order of the digestive and excretory systems. So after they put them in the right order, then the 3 numbers come out. That's 172, and that'll open the 3-digit lock. The next puzzle is this one that they get from the flash drive from the small breakout box. They have to first fill in the blank, just like these ones. And then the arrows in the center would tell them it has to go in clockwise direction. So once they figure out the words, they have to look at the shape. So this one, cylinder, is one thing, so that's the first letter. Again, cylinder is one thing, they look at the first letter. This one has 2 triangles, they look at the second letter. This one has 3 total, so third letter. This one has 6 total, so they look at the 6th letter. And that will spell out deity for the 5-letter lock on the large breakout box. After they open everything, they escape, and these are the reflection questions on the reflection cards. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching.